Hello racing fans and welcome to our race day recap for Sunday the 3rd of August at Hollywoodbets Greyville, where there were 8 races on the card, and race number 1 kicked off the exotic. It was leg 1 of the bipod, and this was a maiden plate for fillies and mares.
Beauty and Tristan gotten by 2. The first timer, Captain Ventura and Atandiwa Mgutwa trying to close in, but at this stage, Blazing Beauty going great balls of fire. 200 metres to go, and it's going to take something special to catch Blazing Beauty, and Blazing Beauty extends the gallop, goes stand in the queue, go win by 5. Queen Fence and Lulu second and
Tristan Gordon wasting no time, putting speed into play there, and a start to finish victory for Tinny Plinster's runner, Blazing Beauty, 1, 6, 7 and 4. Race number 2 was the start of the place accumulator, and this was a maiden plate over 1,200 metres, and there was plenty betting support on the fixed odd front and the tote for the Canamere horse.
To go, and Higher Love hasn't seen a rival yet, but here comes Canal Scotter to the inside. Craig Zaki looks very confident at the 200, and Canal Scotter comes flowing into the lead. Running on from behind Cocolina, that'll be the day, but it's Canal Scotter by 2 lengths inside the 100, and he has that winning look in his eyes, and it's all over. Cocolina second, that'll be the day.
And that was Canal Scotter, the odds-on favourite. Penciled the horse in. He looks like he's got a good future ahead of him. 4, 5, 1 and 2. The start of the big one, the pick 6, was race number 3, a maiden plate over 1,200 metres. And I really like the look of this horse. His name, Town Crier.
Boardwalk Breeze now tackles Rattle the Piece. Down the inside, Cowboy Cartel. Taste the Rainbows looking to put it together. Town Crier now starts to come alive at the 200 metre marker. Barry's Boys running on neatly on the outside, but it's Town Crier by a length. Targaryen Knight on the inside. Town Crier, Targaryen Knight, but it's the one Town Crier to win it. Targaryen Knight second, then came...
And that full result read 1, 3, 8 and 9. Over to race number 4, which was a maiden plate over 1,800 metres. And this was one of the rides of the day, considering the barrier position of the horse.
Fine, Zara's Winter. Twilight Warrior 10 to make up with 13-14. King of Victory onto the 300 metre marker. Call Me Wild now being asked to chase them down. Call Me Harriet's on the grandstand side. Hunter's Arrow. Twilight Warrior's also making ground, and Carnival Park's running on between runners. Down the inside, Twilight Warrior's running on. Call Me Wild on the outside. Now Call Me Harriet, but it's Twilight Warrior erupting into action to get up. Twilight Warrior.
There was a scratching in the race, but nevertheless it was a big field of 13 runners, and what a ride from that draw. 13 out of 13 for Twilight Warrior. 14, 3, 7 and 2 was the order of finish there, race number 4. Race number 5 was a class 4 for fillies and mares, and could she make it 3 on the bounce? Lucinda Woodruff and Chad Little on a horse called Another Dream.
Ginger Delight asked to run. Phaser towards the inside. Princess Palace looking to make a race of it, but it's Another Dream who gives a beautiful kick coming to the 300. Princess Palace is trying to close in. Another Dream at the 150. Phaser's trying to run her down late on. Another Dream now asks for maximum and kicks into another gear, and she's reaching for the stars, delivering the goods from Phaser.
Well, she certainly made it. The hat-trick of wins, 3, 7, 4 and 9. On to race number 6, which was the off-to-stud stakes, a listed race over 1,600.
My heart as they whip for home off the false rail, 500 to go. Flying Rainstorm the leader. Sky Velocity, Mountains of the Moon. Roy taking off. Cassandra's looking to feed through the field on the inside. Mountains of the Moon, the Queen Bee, they coming from everywhere. Copacabana's running a big race on the outside. And Copacabana with a flashy finish. Mountains of the Moon second, but Copacabana stand in the queue. Mountains of the
Well, apologies for that. Working with technology, the race that I was referring to is race number 7. This was the Class 5 stakes for fillies and mares where they went so quick up in front, and Copacabana coming from last. 9 Copacabana beating number 1 Mountains of the Moon. 10 and 4 followed that home. 9, 1, 10 and 4. And I did get ahead of myself there. But up next, the Off to Stud Stakes.
Maximum, Tamiris going for a split between runners. Down the inside, White Pearl, but it's Call Me Getrix at the 300, has a useful 2-length advantage. Tamiris is trying to mow down late on. Call Me Getrix, he has Tamiris putting in a run, but Call Me Getrix is finding another gear, and Call Me Getrix is not for the catching. Call Me Getrix, Tamiris, Fatal Gem.
Confident ride, Sean Veal, 9, 10, 7 and 3, and the favourite obliged there in race number 7. And then we close things off in race 8.
Squares between runners. One too many. Look at Warrior of Royalty starting to progress. On the outside of runners, also looking to run on his Catavar. Inside the final 200 now, and Warrior of Royalty comes at Rafa's Boy. Catavar's running on stoutly on the outside, and here comes Catavar. Intrepid's taking off for second, but Catavar, Intrepid, Warrior of Royalty.
And that was the number you needed if you caught the pick 6, number 4, Catavar. If you caught the quartet, 4, 9, 8 and 1, and that quartet paid 6,122 Rand 90. And that's a wrap, racing fans, of the 8 races that we had at Hollywoodbets Greyville. As always, it's a big team effort. We have to thank the production crew at Gallop TV. I worked alongside Warren Lenferner. It was Sheldon Peters in the commentary box, and from myself, Dees Dynan. To you, the valued racing fan. Until we meet again, you take care. Salanikas.